but I do have a funny story. I think that they are so cute. Look at all of that Christmas goodness. Am I Winona yet? Just... yeah, we'll do a little get ready with me, why not? Well, hello, I'm Erica, and I'm Maud, and I'm getting ready. I am getting ready to go see my bestie. It is her birthday. Two of my best friends actually have their birthday 2 days apart, the same year, and it's like, it's not that wild because we all grew up together, but like, it's wild to me. My two little Scorpio goddesses blessed the earth with their presence 2 days apart, and I think that that's beautiful. I'm getting ready to go see her and go give her presents. It's like, I'll show everything later. I just kind of want to get this portion of the vlog out of the way, or else the whole thing I feel like is gonna feel weird unless I get it off my chest. I have been doing Not So Hot. I'm fine, but as you know, I'm a big advocate for like mental health and like sharing about mental health, and I think that I do share a lot. I've always been sort of reserved with it because at the same time I started my YouTube channel was the same time that my miscarriage got exposed, and that person decided to weaponize me going through an emotional time with that happening to make themselves the victim and or try to on me. And also when I started this YouTube channel, I started therapy, which love therapy. Recommend you try it if you haven't. Seriously, go to therapy. Find the right therapist, and therapy is amazing. Just saying. But I digress. So I've shared my mental health stuff, and like I've told you about having CPTSD and all these different things. I've never been shy about the fact that I'm neurodivergent on this channel. Sharing about my mental health is almost sort of like scary because of that reason, because there's specific people. It's not even strangers on the internet. I get a hate comment a day. A hate comment a day keeps the ego away. You know what I mean? Like that's how I view it. I'm like, oh, humbled, got it. Which I will say, not all of them are warranted. I got one the other day of somebody saying, I hate Christmas and you ruined coffee. I'm like, all right, maybe this ain't the page for you. I digress. So sharing about when I'm like not doing the hottest mentally, because physically, but I'm gonna make jokes the whole time. Dark humor is healthy. Just not doing the best mentally. I like took a step back from sharing because I hit this point with especially this person talking about me where I could breathe and they would go, could you believe how they exhaled? And it became so overwhelming. It was every week I was getting screen recordings and screenshots, and I, in the summer, was sort of like, okay, f it, I'm gonna start sharing more of my life. And I did start sharing more of my life, and I'm very proud of that, but I did kind of still keep away the mental health aspect as deep as maybe I want to talk about it, because they'll weaponize it. And you want to know what? When this vlog goes out, they're gonna weaponize it, and that's fine. I don't care anymore. I'm done. I'm done having this wall up to hope that someone leaves me alone, because bullies never do. So that's where we're at. So with that, I've been nervous to share. Again, I'm still open and I tell you guys like, oh my god, I haven't felt the best, or like I had a really hard day the other day, but I like want to talk about this because something happened in my neighborhood that reminded me how important it is to openly talk about mental health. Where should I start? So I will start with what reminded me how important it is to talk about mental health, and then I'll move backward. So this week, and before I say this, everyone is fine. My town essentially shut down because there was an active situation. I know I have to bleep that word, that's fine. I'm in America, so put 2 and 2 together. It was like a 9-hour standoff situation. Most of it happened at night. So like the town, by the time it was time for me to go to work, was operating normally. Basically, from the news article that I read, a very old man decided to open in his home, and his wife was there, and don't know much about it. They did say in the article he had mental health issues, some mental issues that he was getting help with. He was arrested, it's taken care of, but it reminded me of like, oh, like you need to talk about mental health more. I at one point did talk about mental health on this channel a lot before it was weaponized against me constantly, because apparently this person, when they see somebody struggling with their mental health, is to go, go, oh my gosh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make it worse. But apparently Jesus still loves me. They always followed up with that. Like, oh my God, she's so horrible, blah, 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 lies, lies, lies. But Jesus loves her and I pray for her. And that's what I'll get after this video. But, so then that's like what reminded me of like, I should talk about like what I just went through. Again, mental health is nothing to be ashamed of. I think I stopped talking about it so much, one, because of all of that, and two, like I have a therapist and people in my life who love me that I can like talk to, and I'm very blessed to have that. And I think that you could see in my last vlog that I wasn't doing like the best. I was starting to get sick. Of course, whenever I get sick, my mental health instantly, like, I don't know if anybody else, like your mental health just plummets. And so I started to spiral. But it should be noted that I haven't watched the news in about a year and a half. I stay updated on the news and what's happening through like newspapers, or I get news alerts on my phone, so like I'm pretty generally aware of what's going on in the world. But watching the news, especially in Illinois, is just every day is doomsday. Every day is the end of the world. I'm still very up to date. I make sure I know like what the haps is. When I was just on my phone, just sitting there sick because I couldn't like do anything else, I was so nauseous. I just scrolled through my phone and like I got to the news, which is if I get to the news, run. And just like everything going on in the world and just like overseas, like I'm not going to talk about it too much because I'm not educated on it at all. There are people out there that are on the front lines, and there are news stations out there that are accurately reporting it, and these reporters have social media that are on the front lines. Go to them if you want to become educated on it. But all I can say is that what's happening in Gaza and in Palestine is atrocious, and they need to be freed, and this needs to end, and like that's all. That's all I'll say about it, because I don't want to be a person that spreads misinformation. And then of course, like, you hit a rabbit hole and then it just does, you just spiral. And I was like, I was able to recognize that I was spiraling. I'm like, okay, time to stop, time to stop doing this to yourself. This is why you don't look at the news. This is why you can understand and have heart for everything that is happening in the world, with everything in America, over there, wherever something horrible is happening, you can have empathy without mentally deteriorating yourself. Call your local representatives, tell them how angry you are and that you want something to be done. Donate to the charities that are helping overseas. Do everything that you can, but don't let it consume all of who you are, because I feel like with the news, a lot of the time we just let it consume our thoughts, and then like that leads to doom scrolling, and that leads to, I've seen people say that they became like literally depressed because they were just watching so much of the news and just staying in this pit. You also need to be able to help yourself, because if you don't help yourself, you can't help anybody else. And that's what I'll say about it. But that is where this led to. This whole thing was for me to say, like, take care of your mental health. And if somebody says that you taking care of your mental health is you not caring about a world event or other people, then those people don't know your heart well enough to be around you, and you need to stop listening to them. You need to take care of yourself in order to help and take care of others. It's just how it goes. If you have nothing left to give to yourself, what the are you gonna give to other people? And so after that, the next day I was like, okay, I learned my lesson, and my mood has been elevating ever since. You know, I Google here and there like updates on the situation and like other situations going on in the world of like, where are we at? Are we seeing progress? And then that'll be it. I know I'm talking a lot, and that's because I haven't been talking about everything that's going on because of, again, just people that are going to try and weaponize it. And at this point, I'm done having this wall up on my page. If this person wants to go and be a horrible person and talk about me for being open about my mental health again, go for it. I'm sure that's really going to make you a massive winner in life. As always, getting mental health help is very important. But the point is that I'm fine now, and it gets better. But the only way it can get better is if you keep going. That is my message. And that's about enough of the heavy. This vlog, I just wanted to get it out of the way as fast as possible so I could tell you something that sort of like cheers me up when I'm maybe not having the best mental health day, and that is looking up funny dating stories. But sis, I have my own to share. It's not necessarily like dating story because I didn't go on the date, but I do have a funny story. I've been sitting on this story for a minute. The more I thought about it, the more I'm like, oh no, I need to share this. This needs to be known because it is sort of ridiculous. So it should be noted I didn't date in high school. It just wasn't my thing. There was one basketball player in particular where I was like, he seems like a nice guy. Learned later that he was just a jag. I was like dodged a bullet, but this brings you to present day now. I got a DM on Instagram from said man. He's like, do you want to reconnect? Sweetheart, we were never connected. We didn't speak a word to each other in high school because when I thought he was cute, learned real quick, kind of a jack. But I didn't say that. I just said pardon. He said, well, we went to high school together. I'm like, are you aware that you didn't acknowledge me and were an to me the whole time? It's amazing how glowing up in your adulthood just makes people have amnesia of how they treated you. He says, hey, you know, I'd really like to go out with you sometime. And like the gist of it was, I'd really like to go out with you sometime and see where things go. And I was like, where they will go is me back to my car 10 minutes after sitting down at the table and you're unbearable. But I was just very honest. And I said, hey, you know, like, I don't know about that. I just think that we don't have a lot in common. Oh, my camera's dying. I will pick this up when I'm doing my hair. Okay, so as I was saying before my camera died, the straightener's already ready. Yes, I'm still drinking my coffee. It's a little cold now, but I don't like really care because I like it. It's peppermint mocha. So as I was saying, he's like, you know, I'd really like to go out and see where things go. And I already know where they're going to go because we have nothing in common. I tell him nicely 3 times. This conversation keeps happening. He's like, okay, I had a weird like camera moment. So this guy says, we can go, you know, to brunch or breakfast, although I'm not a breakfast person. So I'd probably just get lunch. And by the way, when he's listing these things and then saying I'm not a breakfast person, he's putting parentheses in there just for context of like, this is what you should expect when we go out. Not accepting the fact that I've said no nice twice now. He said, we can go out for coffee, although I'd get hot chocolate, which I want to state right now. If you invite me out for coffee and you get hot chocolate, you don't have to explain that to me. It's okay if you don't like coffee. Anybody, whatever. Just because I drink coffee like a lunatic all the time doesn't mean that you have to, which by the way, majority of my coffees are decaf anyways. I have a latte with espresso in the morning and then the rest is usually decaf because I have anxiety. And then he says, we could grab lunch, but I'm not a big lunch person. And then it goes, but dinner would be much better. So what he's done now is he's given me like 3 or 4 date options and reasons why he won't enjoy anything but dinner. To which I say for the 3rd time, hey, I'm so flattered, but we are not alike. I don't think that this would go anywhere. I said, I was like, I'm just not interested. I'm sorry. And I said it pretty direct that time because I was like, maybe he's not getting it. He then messages back, oh no, you don't understand. What I mean by see where things go is I want to take you on a date and see where things go. So I've rejected this man now 3 times, once clear as day. And instead of in his mind going, okay, she's not interested in me. In his mind, he must think there's no way that I couldn't be interested in him, so I must not be understanding that he is asking me out on a date. It's a me thing, apparently. I'm the one that's not understanding. So I said, no, sir. I very much understand that you are asking me on a date, and I am not interested at this time. Thank you so much, though, and I hope that you have a great rest of your week. He's like, for sure. Just let me know if you change your mind, and that's how it ended. But it just struck me so much that this guy couldn't fathom the fact that I just didn't want to go out with him. But I thought that you guys would enjoy that little story. In case the world's a little bit heavy, I hope that my vlogs are a place that you can come and the world maybe isn't as heavy. I need to leave because where I'm driving for my friend's birthday is like an hour away. I need to get her present together. Okay, so I am like out of birthday bags. I could have sworn I had a pile of them. Have no idea where they went. Sometimes I just like overly clean and then things are gone that I need, but it's fine. I have a Lululemon bag. I want to show you what I got Riley for her birthday because it's so cute, and I couldn't show you last time because the vlog came out before her birthday. So you did see some of it, like the candy cane socks. I have 2 pairs of these socks. There's one with like a truck and a Christmas tree, and then the other ones are just a normal like sweater type pattern. They are so comfortable. I love these. And then I ended up getting her the amber sandalwood, very much like her style of candle, I feel. I got me the gingerbread mugs, right? I got her the little snowman mugs because I think that they are so cute. Let's just put them gently in here all together. I'll put the candle in and then I'll put the socks to separate them just for on the ride over so it won't, nothing will clang. And then last but not least, I got her dark roast Starbucks coffee. She loves Starbucks, so got her the dark roast. Put that in there and then we are all set to go for her birthday. Ooh, yeah, okay, I gotta go. Hey. I have been editing the first half of this vlog because I just wanted to get it all edited kind of ahead of time. And it's very, like, I understand that the first 8 minutes of this, do you mind that the first 8 minutes of this vlog is very heavy? So the backsass between you two is unacceptable. So I wanted to get back into like the Christmas spirit. I knew I would later this week. So I am putting up my Christmas tree, but before I do that, I want to make my hot chocolate. I have not had hot chocolate yet this season, which is kind of a crime. Didn't even have it in like October or fall, I know. So if you keep up with like my coffee videos and my shorts that I post, you'll notice that I got a new milk frother. The other one broke. This is the next level up with that. This one has way better reviews for it, so we'll see how long this one lasts, but I really like it so far. I will say it has 2 little pieces that go in the bottom. They're magnetized. This one is for milk frothing. This one is just for steaming milk. So I'll be doing that for this hot chocolate today, but I do want to note that every morning I have this little frothing piece that looks like a fan, and I put it in the milk frother when I just want frothed milk, but I still use the steam milk setting. And as long as you don't have it go for the full time and you kind of watch it and wait till you see the perfect amount of foam, it gives you a great amount of steamed milk and foam. So that's my little tip. And as you can hear, it's starting to work. So I use almond milk. I like Almond Breeze, you know. As far as actual hot chocolate goes, I like Swiss Miss. It is gluten-free. However, I don't have any because I thought I did and I didn't, and I don't want to go to the store. So, God, you're loud. I have a choice between Silly Cow Farms. There is chocolate sea salt caramel. I've had this one. It's not my favorite. And then we just have chocolate. And these are both gluten-free, but I'm gonna try the chocolate one right now. I feel like it's gonna be hot enough. Whoa, that's hot. Hot chocolate is a little bit like garlic in the sense that you can measure it with your heart. It's okay. Because if you need to add more hot chocolate, you can. Almond milk will always give your hot chocolate a little bit more of a different taste. Let that all dissolve. How perfect. Look at all of that Christmas goodness. Put a little bit of cinnamon on there. Now it's time to go set up the tree. Okay, so I am a fake Christmas tree kind of gal. We had a real tree one year. I don't know how y'all do it, but all I can say is what an easy life you must have to impart such a burden on your life during the holiday season. Hulk Hogan's been real quiet since this video dropped, that's all I'm saying. Erica, why do you know who Hulk Hogan is? I dated a f***ing wrestler. I know who they all are. Okay, so this is the bottom. Just put this little baby right through there. Fluff it in a bit. I just want to get the whole thing put up first. Also, the nice thing about this tree is that if you're trying to put like the wrong ones together, it won't work. I feel like step 1 is putting up the tree, and then you spend like 3 days walking past it with ornaments on it, just like fluffing it out even more. By the way, do you like my outfit? $5 at Five Below. I honestly am thinking about going and getting the second pair. I am short, and Dad is not here. So I'm doing what I can. Ooh. Am I Winona yet? Just... Okay, hold that. Hold it. Thank you. Don't break. I swear, if y'all break, so will I. Okay, so I have to dig out the rest of the ornaments, but my camera battery is dying, so this is where I'll end today's vlog. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.